Virgil, that was intense, probably what you expected. There was aggression, there was everything, there were injuries, there were sending offs, and there was a last-minute winner in added time from a 16-year-old.
Yeah, obviously we all know it's a difficult place to come. We all know that there was a lot of oil on the fire, I would say, this week in order to get especially Newcastle fired up. And what happened tonight, obviously, it was expected. I think for us, the disappointed part is that we conceded 2 of set pieces, and that shouldn't happen. But overall, great 3 points, move on, and focus on the next one.
How much credit do you give Newcastle? Because they looked as if they had 11 players on the pitch towards the end.
Yeah, you know, obviously free kicks, corner kicks, obviously then the pressure gets on, and they have the quality. I think if you look at all the traditional top 6 here last year, I think there's only a couple that actually managed to beat them. So it's always a difficult place to come. And it was today the same. You know, I think I enjoy this type of atmosphere as well, so I was really looking forward to it. But I think we could have made it a little bit easier if you don't concede those set pieces. And then you give them the boost and the feeling and the drive that with the fans behind them, of course. And but we managed to get the 3 points and we move on.
You say you enjoy these kind of evenings, these nights at St James's Park, but you yourself, you were involved in that sending off on the receiving end of that foul. What did Anthony Gordon say to you as he was trying to talk to you on the pitch?
Well, I said to him, if there's no sending off, then I don't understand football. So I think it was already strange that the manager has to go to the monitor, in my opinion. But listen, unfortunately these things happen in football. If you meant it or not, it happened. We move on. That's it.
A word on Rio. I know we spoke about him briefly at the start of this interview, but to finish it off, it was the coolest of finishes, and at such a young age as well, just coming on, Premier League debut, boom.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's a dream debut for him. I think that whole attack was quite good. Harvey, I think, started it, or right-hand side, and obviously I think Freddy did the dummy. So it was a perfect attack. We stayed calm towards the end as well, try and find the right solution in order to score a goal, and we did it. So I'm very, very pleased for Rio. I've mentioned it before to him already. It's all a start now. He has to keep working hard and stay humble, but definitely have to enjoy this, because these nights you can't take for granted, of course, if you're in his position. And I'm sure with the players that we have, he will be back in training and having a hard session tomorrow again, and then we carry on.
The standout headline again from the weekend. What is it about Newcastle and Liverpool when they meet? Of course, this weekend was in the Monday Night Football at St James's Park. It didn't disappoint again. I mean, it's difficult to find a script and words for this match again, Macca, really, for your former team here.
Yeah, it was a wonderful game. It had everything in, sending offs, late winners, plenty of talking points. This is Liverpool taking the lead. Well, a Gravenberch shot through the legs of Bruno takes a slight deflection, but I think it had beat Nick Pope anyway. And it was very much against the run of play. I thought Newcastle were excellent, I really do. This
was 20 seconds into the second half, and at this point, you couldn't see any other outcome, really, could you?
No, absolutely. I mean, 1-0 and then a red card. Referee runs across, actually, and gives Anthony Gordon a yellow card. But then VAR into his ear, go and have another look, quite clearly see the stud marks, quite clearly see that it was a high tackle, a dangerous tackle. You know, Anthony Gordon was putting himself about, you know, in the short space of time he was on the pitch. He was really working hard, and I think just excitement over exuberance got the better of him, Macca.
Yeah, and this is the start of the second half, and you wanted Newcastle to keep it tight, be condensed, be hard to break down, and you can count the seconds yourself. Gakpo takes a shot, falls back into his path. Wrong to Ekitike, who smashes it in the back of the net. 2-2 for him if you're not including the Community Shield. And you thought that's it now, game, set and match, but little did we know.
Yeah, that was such a lovely finish by Ekitike. Really precision and power. But as Macca says, you thought it was over. Kirkes at the back post, not covering himself in glory, worried about the man more so than the ball. And they got back in it, and that gave them the momentum. And this is just poor defending, really. I mean, one long pump down field.
And it's exactly the same as the Kirkes It's Canate this time, Michael, not interested in the ball, more interested in Dan Burn. Yeah. And then Liverpool's best move of the night, one-touch passing, what they're used to, making use of the extra man this time. Salah, Szoboszlai over the ball, Rio and Gamoa.
A week before his 17th.
You could watch that finish all day long in that celebration, because you can seriously imagine what is going on in the young boys' minds. What an evening for him.
And, of course, another one of Michael's records has tumbled, sadly. Let's get that elephant out of the room, first of all. He is no longer Liverpool's youngest goal scorer in the Premier League. That is Rio.
He enjoys saying it, don't
No,
you?
I'm just stating the fact that...
Why have you got a smile on your face when you say it all the time?
Because I'm delighted for the boy.
Go on,
Don't come in here. Don't come in here on our show throwing hand grenades.
On our show, eh?
Yeah, listen. Now... Yes, the senior pros will keep his feet on the ground. But what a moment. Over to Michael Owen, because he has the best insight of this from anyone off the bench. I mean, as I said, unfortunately, yours wasn't the winner, but you can know what it means to come through, get your opportunity and come off and score like this. But he's been on the pitch less than 5 minutes.
And absolutely. I mean, it was a wonderful finish. He's obviously got a lot of talent. Maka sees him a lot, or has seen him a lot at the academy. He's a very direct player, got great feet. You know, he is exciting. Possibly, a lot of people thought he was too young, maybe. Would he have had his chance if happenings hadn't occurred over the summer? Liverpool losing 3 attacking players. But these things, you know, are meant to be in many ways, and he was meant to be there today in that position with that incredible finish. I mean, the confidence of him to do that. The best thing about that finish was there was really no options. The ball coming from that side on your right foot. It is a hard right foot, side foot finish into the far corner. There are no real options. Yes, you can pull it into the near post, but that really is the obvious option. So he didn't have anything on his mind other than, right, this is the finish, this is what I'm going to do.
And the one thing you would say about
he has
scored a couple of goals in pre-season, which may or may not have helped.
Massively helped.
But the fact that he's played at Anfield...
But that situation's different.
That is a different situation. And Liverpool saved their best bit of football, their best move to the 100th minute. I mean, talk about getting out of jail, talk about getting out of trouble and rewriting a new game. You know, if they would have finished 2-2, you would have thought, you know, how on earth have Liverpool got away with a draw? And then they go and get 3 points out of it. No wonder Virgil kept on saying, we move on, because the more you focus on it, the more errors, the more questions you've got. And it was an incredibly strange performance, but an magnificent result. Very strange. I felt sorry for Newcastle. I really did. Everything went against Newcastle tonight, and then they concede in injury time like that. And
we feel sorry for Mo as sort of year by year his records tumble. I mean, in fairness, you've held this one for a long time, but you have been knocked off your perch as Liverpool's youngest ever Premier League goal scorer. Maka almost made that graphic, by the way. 19 you were with research when you scored for the first time.
Okay, well, why did you put me on there?
They could have elongated it.
Yeah.
Well, it's Sean, the producer, who does this, not me.
Is that Sean? Was he a Newcastle fan? No, he's not a Newcastle. Hobbs is a Newcastle fan. But he's too busy crying,
I was
think,
mentioning that you scored at 19. But yeah, he's beaten some names.
And the good thing is, listen, players can be decent and showing a bit of form and showing some talent, and maybe at the end of the season there's nothing on it and they come on and they score the 5th goal in a 5. That was the real deal today. He'll always look back on that and think the feeling of scoring the winning goal, it wasn't just his first goal ever. It was so important. I know we're early on in the season. You don't want to be losing ground. Liverpool have got Arsenal next. All of a sudden, if they get beat there and they're 5 points behind, that's a lot of catching up. I know it's a long season. You don't want to be doing that. That is such an important goal for Liverpool. Forget who scored it, but that lad now...
But we can't forget who scored it, because it's such a story, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
He just picked up his GCSE results last week.
It's amazing, isn't it? You had the youngster at Arsenal, of course, who's been very good for a while, and now you've got Rio doing exactly the same.
OK, let's get some more reaction from St James's Park. Liverpool's first goal scorer returning after a suspension tonight. Ryan Gravenberch waiting to speak to us. Ryan, well done. I mean, what a win. What a game that was to watch. What on earth was it like to play in?
Sorry?
What on earth was that game like to play in?
Yeah, it was crazy. But we know if you come here, this is a really tough place, a really good team. They're really physical, they fight till the end, and we saw that today.
And Rio Ngamoa, we've just been talking about. I mean, he picked up his exam results last week. To come on and do that ahead of his 17th birthday, I mean, it's fairy tale stuff, isn't it?
It's crazy, yeah? I think for him it's a dream that come true. He worked really hard. You have seen him in pre-season. He did really well. And then if you do this today, can't be better.
Ryan, well played. It's Michael Owen here. Obviously, you were missed in the first game. Lots of counter-attacks against Liverpool. You were there to solidify it. But you ended up scoring a goal as well. I thought you were going to shoot with your second touch, but you took another touch again and then delayed it. As soon as you hit it, did you think it was in?
Yes, I think it was deflected.
Just a small one?
Yes. I wanted to shoot at first, but my touch was not that great, so I took an extra touch, and it was nice that it went in. Really happy with my first goal this season.
Ryan, Steve McManaman here. I just wanted to ask, what was it like to play him? Because at times, Liverpool seemed to struggle against the 10 men of Newcastle.
Yeah, we know what I said. We know Newcastle's a really tough team. We have seen it last season when we played here. Also in the final, we lost against them. So it's really tough, but I think, we have such a good fighting spirit, and then we fight till the end. And I'm happy we got the 3 points.
Yeah, just even at this stage of the season, how big is that win, given the fact you've got Arsenal coming up next at Anfield as well?
Yeah, really good feeling. Obviously, what I said, we know it's a tough place, so I'm happy that we have the 3 points, and we have to prepare for Arsenal because they are really good as well.
Very well done. Thanks very much indeed for talking to us, Ryan.
Cheers,
Thank you.
Ryan.
Thank you.
It's Ryan Gravenberch live at St James's Park. Here's the other side of the story. The Newcastle skipper, Bruno Guimarães.
There was a lot of emotion attached. There was a lot of noise. We obviously know what everybody is talking about right now if you're a Newcastle fan. With Anthony Gordon, did it just kind of tip over a little bit? Those emotions get the better of him?
Yeah, he want to play. I think he want to play the ball. I think he called me later. I have not seen the video back. I don't know if it was for red card, but they have seen. So I think he want to help too much. I cannot say anything because I have not seen the video, to be honest with you. But yeah, I think sometimes you are so excited to play, you make some mistakes. This already happened to me, so we are with Gori for this moment.
Yeah, really tough one for Newcastle to take, Shay. They go to Leeds next on Saturday. Suspensions, as you said, injuries, and 1 point from 2 games.
Yeah, it's a big week coming up, I think, for Newcastle. And I think, as we've seen before, the chairman's there for a reason, not just to watch the game tonight, but I do believe he's there to do some business. Hopefully one of the businesses is keeping Alexander Isak and maybe adding to that. We don't know how that's going to pan out, but, you know, Guimarães spoke really well in a sense as the captain. They stick together. Anthony Gordon maybe was trying too hard nearly for the team. I think since the Isak sort of drama, or whatever you want to call it, I think the players have really sort of come together. And I think the performance tonight, you know, deserves such great credit, Steve. It's a brilliant performance, and I feel for Eddie Howe and his team as well. And even the fans tonight, they didn't deserve to lose that game right at the end. But that's football, as they say. It's a tough night for them.
I think it's fair to say as well, something like that, all the problems off the pitch with Isak, with Newcastle not really hitting the ground in the transfer market as well, it could have been a lot of frustration, but I think it is fair to say the club is really, really united at the moment. I mean, that was a fantastic performance. We say how poor Liverpool were, but Newcastle made them look poor at times as well, especially with 10 men. It was an incredible performance. They can lick their wounds tonight, but hold their heads up high. Yeah, thank you very much indeed for your time, gentlemen. Liverpool's night. But when Newcastle play Liverpool in the Premier League, it's always one not to be missed. And tonight didn't disappoint.